In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Kevin Durant's offensive game. He is a fantastic basketball player, and if you're a forward, you might want to try and emulate some of the things that Kevin Durant does on the basketball court. So let's get down to the video footage and let's break down Kevin Durant. Okay, so the first thing that makes Kevin Durant really good is the fact that he is so tall and he's able to release that ball when he shoots really high. Watch where he releases that ball. It is almost pretty well right on top of his body. Almost every single shot is like this. Whether or not he has a defender like he does here, it is extremely hard to block Kevin Durant because of this. His reach alone is well over 11 feet in the air. As we can see from the net, which is 10 feet high, if we follow it over, he is well over a foot higher over the rim. And because of this, his shot is extremely hard to block no matter where he shoots, from the mid-range or from the three. He is a very hard player to shoot, or block, from. Now, Kevin Durant knows this and he understands this. So what he does is he uses a very good move called the hang dribble. The hang dribble is very, very popular, but also a very effective move if you're taller than most of your defenders and quicker than most of your defenders. The reason is it looks like you're getting ready to attack the net. He is in attack position. He is also looking, his hands behind the ball, not underneath, but behind, and because of that, he looks like he's going to be driving in that left direction, or he's going to cross over and attack down the middle. And because of this gets the defender to second guess. And because of that, he's able to now step into his shot and go up for a shot. As we can see, the hang dribble backs up the defender, making the defender think that Kevin Durant is going to drive towards the rim. Kevin Durant is a very quick runner. He is able to drive towards the rim extremely quickly, and he's able to defeat or beat many players off the first dribble or off of his first step. So this is a great example as to why you should really train your feet. You should really do a lot of foot speed drills to be able to be faster than your defender so you can create space and shoot the ball over top of them, especially if you're a forward. So this is what I mean by Kevin Durant is extremely quick. So of course, he's a very good shooter and he's able to use his speed to his advantage because of the hang dribble. He is able to now make players second guess. But in this case, we have Nikola Jokic. He is a really good defender himself, and he is roughly the same height as Kevin Durant. However, Kevin Durant is quicker than Nikola Jokic, and he notices this. He does that hang dribble, and Nikola Jokic does not take a step back. So what does Kevin Durant do? This is a build on the same move. And what we're going to do, or what Kevin Durant is going to do here, is because Nikola Jokic never took a step back, Kevin Durant is going to drive on him because he is much quicker than Nikola Jokic, and he was able to get past him. So, how did he set this up? He started by doing the hang dribble. Nikola Jokic never took a step back, so he decided to drive. Now, I can guarantee you if Nikola Jokic decided to take a step back, Kevin Durant would have taken that shot over him. Now, even on the run, Kevin Durant uses the hang dribble. This is a really good move to practice and a really good move to use even if you're not a forward. So he's coming up right here on a taller, slower defender. And what he does is he does a hang dribble and acts like he's going to go in that left direction. That gets that defender off balance and basically puts him back on his heels, as we can see here. And because of that, Kevin Durant, instead of pulling up for a jumper, decides to cross over and drive on this defensive player. The reason is because he froze that defender on his heels, and as soon as you notice that, as soon as you recognize that your defender is on his heels, you really need to attack. This is imperative if you really want to score a lot of points. And because of this, he's able to cross over, drive, and had nobody in his way to dunk that ball. So now Kevin Durant uses the hang dribble once again in this clip. Now, this defender is actually a pretty good defender, but he gets caught off guard. So right now, this defender is trying to force Kevin Durant towards that right side into some bigger defense, because this player is not that tall. So what happens here is Kevin Durant notices that. So what he does, because this defense is leaving the key wide open, this guy's not really playing help defense whatsoever, and if this is a zone, he's out of his zone. So Kevin Durant notices that. He does a little bit of a hang dribble really quickly. It's almost like a millisecond, but he basically, instead of doing a full jump in cross, he notices that. He drags his back foot and he crosses over. This gets his defender, or this defender, to now go totally sideways, and Kevin Durant now has an open lane down the middle. And you can do this same simple move as well, and that's just a quick one dribble, and a quick, it's not a total hang dribble, but I still classify this as a hang dribble, mainly because he stops and drags that back foot. He crosses over, he gets his feet in position, into attacking position. This defender is still out of his area, out of his proper defense, and because of that, Kevin Durant is able to drive down the middle of the key. So what we can take from this, if you're a player, is if you can attack in one direction. So this player is trying to force Kevin Durant in one direction. If you're a player and somebody is trying to force you in a direction, take one hard dribble, cross, and if they get caught off guard or out of position, that will allow you to drive towards the net like Kevin did here. So Kevin Durant is actually a really good finisher around the rim. He really understands how to use that backboard to his advantage. Now, if we zoom in really quickly onto the backboard, you'll know that the top corners of that net, right here, the top corners of that square, if you're driving towards that right side, if you hit it softly off that top corner, you're going to have an easy basket. And if you're driving left, if you hit it softly off that top corner, it's going to bounce in as well. Now, if you're driving on somebody and you really don't want to get your shot blocked, you can essentially, roughly in this area of the backboard, if you can hit it softly enough and understand how the backboard works, you'll be able to really make a lot of shots. And because of that, if you practice that a lot and try to figure out your positions on the backboard where you like to hit, the higher you bounce that ball on that backboard, the harder it is for that opponent to block your shot. And because of this, Kevin Durant is really good. But another reason is when he drives towards the rim and he goes up against a player like LaMarcus Aldridge, for example, he knows to use his body to protect that ball. Hit the defender's body first with your back or your side, and you're going to be able to really get that ball into the net because he's going to be unable to block your shot, especially if you're taller like Kevin Durant or roughly the same height as that defender who is trying to block your shot. So this is a really great example here of using the backboard. He actually hits that ball just outside of that square, but because he was really soft and he might have put some spin on that ball, he actually was able to make this shot, as we can see here. But if he was afraid of this player, let's say that player was somebody who could jump high, like let's say Shaq, for example, in Shaq's prime, he would really want to hit that ball off a lot higher because that's going to disallow that defensive player from blocking his shot. Another thing about Kevin Durant's game is his ability to shoot running jumpers. Now, this is something that a lot of coaches might yell at you for, so keep that in mind, but it is still a really good skill to practice. And that is the ability to drive and then stop on your left or right foot and go for almost like a running jump shot. But I will warn you, you should really get used to using the backboard when we're doing shots like this, mainly because the backboard will help you be able to score much easier. See where he's able to hit it off from? Really lightly, just outside of that square. That is something that you really need to practice. So here's another example. He goes right foot, left foot down, and almost like a fade sideways. But notice how he's bringing his arm out towards this side. His defender's going to try and block him here, but he's bringing it out towards the side, and because of that, he's able to make that shot. But watch where he hits that ball, right on that square, right on that top corner of that square, and that allows him to make this basket. Really understanding how the backboard works is very important. And if you just go outside, or if you go to the court and just practice for a whole day, and what I mean by a whole day is 4, 5, 6 hours of just shooting and using the backboard only, that's it, nothing else. Start close and build your way back, and then start working on running jumpers and things like that. That one day is going to improve you so much, and if you do that once a week, that's going to really improve your game over everybody else's, because now you're using something that not a lot of players know how to use, and that is the backboard. I hope that this video has helped you become a better point forward, or what I would like to call a point forward in basketball. Anyways, I hope that this video has helped you become a better player and also maybe play more like Kevin Durant. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.